Lainey's left her favorite spot after all. There's a brown tube inside. I could use it for the quantum discriminator. I can't open it without the right tool. Perfect fit.
Beverly, I have unearthed the gate to a sealed crypt, the cellar of this lodge. My descent begins. This is what Professor Lidenbrock must have felt when he climbed down the Snæfellsjökull.
I can hardly see a thing. Light the way, my friends. Malt? Truberbrook Pilsen beer, export, for the snout around the world. Truberbrook's finest dry yeast. I need to find a way to ignite the gas. How am I to synthesize alcohol with this?
Trude?
Hello, Professor.
I would like to ask you something.
Oh yes, of course.
What can you tell me about your brother?
He's a drunkard. He's also not the most reliable type of person, if that counts as a feat. As you see, he's just left me here alone with all this work that needs to be done.
Can you give me a description?
Should you run into him, is that why you are asking? Tall grown, beardy type, red nose, always wearing those yellow rubber boots. Why do you want to know?
I think I may have met him. I found his mortal remains out there in the mire. I'm sorry.
Are you sure?
My condolences.
Oh, Heinz. Poor old Heinz. Rest in peace. Can't say I'm really surprised. Thank you very much. I will inform the inspector immediately. At least he didn't take the long trip for nothing then.
I would like to ask you something.
Oh yes, of course.
Does the name Lazarus Taft ring a bell with you?
Haft. Oh yes, indeed. Doppelkopf player. If you ask me, he's a sham. Shady, you better not.
Oh. Ah. I'll be...
Make your...
I can hardly see a thing. Light the way, my friends. How am I to synth... I need to find a way to ignite the gas. It's a recipe for Bolzenschuss schnapps. Top secret. Let's see. Fruit, add malt, add yeast, season with a pinch of slumber morel. Dead simple. Fire making first. I need to find a...
Trude?
Hello, Professor.
I would like to ask you something.
Oh, yes, of course.
Got a light?
Sure thing. Here you go.
Ah, never mind. I'll be leaving then.
Make yourself at home, Mr. Tenhauser.
I can probably walk on water with this.
It is a well-known fact that some mushrooms are held in high regard all over the world for their hallucinogenic effects, as a means of cleansing, to gain insight either metaphysically or mystically, or to make contact with the gods, even the cosmos itself. Truberbrook seems to be no exception, where people have been secretly worshipping the slumber morel for centuries. Ahoy.
I can hardly see a thing. Light the way, my friends. The recipe mentions fruit to be fermented. The recipe mentions malt for the mash. This looks promising. The recipe mentions dry yeast. Only one more ingredient. Yikes! I'm going to take a sample. For science. Whoa. That is some mean spirit. Alcohol? Never again. Wasn't I carrying some cool gadgets in my pockets earlier? What the? Wow.
God bless, what's this? Did you ever see the likes of it?
What's going on? Where are you heading?
No time to lose. Don't you see the cold front? I have to go to the weather station.
There's a weather station here?
Well, yes. Don't be silly.
What was that?
There is no bad weather, only the wrong clothes. I wholeheartedly have to agree with this saying, Beverly. I am standing on top of the Klumpen, apparently the highest elevation within the surrounding low mountain range. If you wanted to, you could describe the clothes that I'm wearing as perfectly unfit for the current weather conditions. After a short walk, I have reached the local weather station.
Now this looks cozy.
In Truberbrook, up on the Klumpen top, the art of meteorology is in full swing. The current microclimatic developments in this area seem to have sparked scientific interest.
It's merely a conventional weather balloon, not a flying saucer. There are some words engraved in the shovel. Take me up and cast me away. Frozen stuck. It's a tank, most likely full of helium. I prefer to remain on solid ground in this kind of weather. Hello?
Good morning. I didn't see you at all. Please excuse the frosty welcome. Madonna Lücke. I'm with the Meteorological Society.
Tannhauser, my pleasure. So what are you doing here?
I'm observing the weather.
So anything interesting about the weather?
Well, actually I'm in Truberbrook because the weather here is so inconspicuous. Quite your statistical average weather, if you will. But this afternoon I was thunderstruck. The ordinariness has disappeared.
And now the ice is cracking under your feet?
Exactly. And I'm in a haze how that's even possible.
It's dawning on me what you're trying to say.
I see, I see. You're slowly thawing, huh?
So what's the weather up to these days?
Just look. The weather's gone completely mad. I just can't make any sense of it. How did that go again? When thunder in September rumbles?
The farmer silent curses mumbles?
Oh, come on, that's ridiculous. Okay, what about, September winds, believe me now?
Brings icy soil that's hard to plow?
Yes, that's it, exactly.
For how long have you been out here?
In Truberbrook, you mean? The project is running for 6 months now.
I'll be leaving then.
Of course.
Pardon me, is that helium in your tank by any chance?
Exactly. To fill the weather balloons. Hey, please don't steal my helium.
Hello?
Good morning.
I don't want to rain on your parade, but could I sponge some helium off of you?
Well, helium is extremely valuable, especially up here. What exactly are you up to?
I want to use it as a coolant.
As a coolant? That would not work at all. You would need to lower its temperature until it becomes liquid.
I think it'll work out all right. Believe me, I know what I'm talking about. After all, I am a physicist. So, could you spare some of your gaseous helium?
I can provide you with some of my helium if you do me a favor in return. Would you mind venturing down to the village and send a telegram to the headquarters? I can't leave here right now, by no means. No one is going to believe me ever. I'm sitting here, year after year, nothing happens. And then, suddenly, there's a flash. Aurora Borealis in Truberbrook.
In the name of academic merits, I have to help you.
Oh, thank you so much. The guest house down in the village has a telegraph.
I'll try to remember.
Thanks a bunch, Mr.
Tannhauser.
Mr. Tannhauser. Thank you.
This one is on you, boys.
Oh, exactly what I need. Thanks. Enjoy the show.
End of the world or not, I can't miss this gig. The band, they're still playing their sad song.
I found peace in my garden. And I got lost in the woods. And I stepped out in the graveyard in search for a home. And I found lost in my garden. In the graveyard of my dreams. darkness, and you'll be able to breathe with lust. Grow strong, grow strange, grow crooked. May the sun be proud. And there are little wonders everywhere. They just need to be found. And they could be so good. And they could be so fine. And if you help me to forget you, then I'll make you mine.
The band. They won't be needing this anymore. Perfect. An important component of the quantum discriminator.